DB here, the Tour Junkies. Pat's here. I don't have a shirt on, and the podcast juice is flowing. I think I'm orbiting Planet Tito's as we speak. We just finished recording the betting show. I think this is the Wells Fargo Championship 2022 from TPC Potomac at Avenel Farm. Formerly was the host of the Quicken Loans National, which is a dumb name for a tournament. Why would you end it in National? Quicken Loans National Tournament? That's dumb. Anyway, we're here talking DraftKings, talking Wells Fargo Championship. Pat, you still drinking beer, or have we switched to what are we doing?
Still got a beer.
Mm.
Still got a beer.
Okay, then. Yeah, it got kind of weird on the betting show. We learned a lot about each other. This is 1 week ago, Pat. We learned about Rudy the gerbil.
Oh, Rudy.
There's some T-shirt designs flying around the Nut Hut for Rudy. I don't know. We might could sell
R.I.P. R.I.P. Rudy.
Yeah. It was a good show last week. Good show. We definitely talked everybody out of John Rahm. Hopefully you didn't listen to that. But listen, John Rahm was owned at 45%. Okay. To me, if you're a gambler, if you've been playing DFS for longer than like 2 years, you probably faded John Rahm because it's golf. And that's just kind of how it goes. You know what I mean? Like chances are, I mean, he was at Tiger 2000 era. He was at a Tiger 2000 era number at 3.5 to 1. Now the price on DraftKings, we said this on the show, was very good. It was very cheap for him last week. But I had zero John Rahm, and so I lost everything. 100% lost everything. But it is what it is. We did have some people winning money, and we also had Nut Hut Listener League winner North Dallas 40 again. I think he's won more than once.
No,
Right?
I feel like he's won several times. I think fading Rahm was still the smart sort of gambling play.
I would do it again this week.
I would do it again. As a matter of fact, I'll probably do it again if I see Rory like in those. It'll be even more of a fade if I see Rory in that same category. But there's not as big of a difference when you look at the numbers this week as far as like last week with betting. John Rahm was plus 350. The next person was like 18 to 1 or 19 to 1 or 20, whatever. There's not as much discrepancy between Rory and the rest of the field as we saw with Rahm.
Yeah.
But
the field is a lot stronger this week.
Yeah, a super chalky Rahm like that, like almost 50% owned, I would still do it again.
Yeah. No regrets at all whatsoever. I am pissed though that he won because it's like that's why I'm wearing the jacket. It's long shot season. We've only had 3 triple-digit winners out of 18 events in 2022, and I'm sick of it. I'm mad about it. I ripped my jacket. I'm going shirtless tonight, trying to get some long shot vibes going. And I'm not happy about how it's been going, but I'm ready to get back on the horse and keep it going, keep it moving. The Nut Hut continues to thrive. People making a bunch of money on Prize Picks, other things. We'll get to that later. I do have a question though for the YouTube commenters. Elon Musk bought Twitter, Pat. I don't know if you've heard about this, but Elon Musk has bought Twitter.
I've heard this.
And everybody's freaking out. If Elon Musk bought the PGA Tour, what would you want him to do? Put that in the YouTube comments. I think
that's
could be good.
That's a good question, DB.
Thank you, full-time DB.
Very thoughtful.
Thought of that, yeah. And I think that question is so interesting that we pick a commenter that we think it's an interesting comment or it makes us laugh, and that person's going to get a free Tour Junkies t-shirt, a ball marker, and maybe other trinkets that Pat puts in the box. He may even put something around his house, just something.
You better be a slender person if you're going to win a t-shirt, because we don't have a whole lot of like larges and extra larges left. So if I'm sending you,
what about like a sweater or something? Do we have an attic sweatshirt?
We might have an attic. I could do that, but not t-shirts, not necessarily t-shirts.
Something to go on your upper torso.
Yeah. All the slender people out there, though, if you're slender and you're like medium or small,
oh yeah,
go comment, go extra comment on some things, because I would like to send you some of this stuff.
Yeah, if you're a slender boy or maybe a slender girl and you want to comment, be a slender commenter, that could be really profitable for you. Pat, I think you should start for every order that comes through. I think you should also include one thing from your house that you want to get rid of. That'd be kind of funny. Like, and then it'd be something random, and then they could tweet it
Not
out.
for all orders, but maybe for winners, I could do something.
No, like for all orders, I think that'd be great because you got stuff you get rid. We all have stuff we can get rid of in our house. It could be the smallest thing, but just something that you want to get rid of, and maybe even write a little handwritten note. I think that could be funny. You know, you're the shipping guy. I think that'd be great.
If I
I
want to
think
get rid of this beer bottle that's beside me, I just
you
throw
could do that. But they could say, I have the beer bottle that Pat Perry used at the Wells Fargo 2022 DFS show. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Maybe you could sign the label for him or something.
Okay.
I think that'd be fun. That would be fun for me to do if I were shipping stuff. All right. Let's get into this, Pat. The top of the board on DraftKings features a certain player. We'll get to that in a second.
Now we have odds. We have odds up.
Oh, those are odds. But they're 9K and above. Producer Sam has to spin the punishment wheel. Producer Sam spins the punishment
wheel for Sam for that one.
Poor guy, slaving away. Slaving away on the old overlays, and he throws up just, odds. Anyway, wrong show. But I will say this, Pat, we've got he did do it though. Okay, hold on. He's got the odd or the pricing. Now I'm confused. What are we doing? I know that Rory McIlroy is the highest priced guy, and he's more expensive than Jon Rahm was last week in this field, which is funny. He's 11.5. Now, Pat, I don't know if you've heard about this dude, but the kids these days, they like EDM music. They like something that they got a little beat to it. They can feel
EDM. What does that stand for?
I think it's electronic dance music. I could be wrong. I think that's what it is. But anyway, EDM is real hot in the streets, okay? And we have a listener. We have a lot of really talented listeners, and we have a lot of listeners that probably are not very talented, and we have listeners that are very talented, but they don't let us know how talented they are. But Matt Madonna, great name, by the way, talented guy. He helped produce a little soundtrack based on a comment that you had about Rory McIlroy a couple of weeks ago. It was a handful of weeks ago. And I want to see if technical difficulties, karma will allow us to play this or not. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't, that's par for the course. It's the Tour Junkies show.
Oh my goodness.
So here we go.
Touch myself. When I touch myself. When I touch myself, it doesn't involve Rory. When I touch myself.
Dang, boo-boo. God dang, that thing slaps, boy.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, if you don't feel that in your loins, that slaps. Matt Madonna is a stud. And when you touch yourself, it doesn't involve Rory. I mean, how hot is that beat? If you couldn't think of anything to put in for the Elon Musk comment, put something about that song, that beat in there. When that hit, did that just not like just get your gooch right there? God dang.
My goodness. That was incredible.
When I touch myself. Matt is a stud, dude. That is so freaking funny. That's right. Producer Sam's right. If you don't click the thumbs up button for that, if you don't like that. Oh, you know what I heard, Pat? I forgot to say this on the betting show. You know what I've heard? YouTube has their whole algorithm and nobody knows what works and what doesn't. For a long time, we thought comments worked. Well, lately I've heard that the share button works. When you hit share and then you copy the link to be like, yo, dude, these guys are so great. They're the best thing ever in DFS and betting. You should watch them, listen to them here, man. Don't say I never gave you nothing. You click share, send it to them in a text or, click share and put it in a tweet or something. We hear that now that is the hot thing to do. So you could share it. Even if you just hit share and copy the link, but don't actually send it to anybody, that's not terrible. We would like you to send it to somebody, but that's not terrible. If you can't share that, then just don't watch us anymore. That's a freaking banger.
Oh, that's a very shareable. Good, my gosh.
So are you touching yourself to Rory tonight, this
I
week?
touch myself.
Can we listen to it again? I don't know if we should listen to it again. I mean, I don't.
I feel like we need to listen to it one more
Do
time.
people in the chat want us to listen to it again, or should I almost said Uncle Sam? Should producer Sam? Do we need to listen to that again or no? Yeah, I mean Matt Madonna's getting crazy praise here. Everybody's gonna be looking up Matt Madonna on Spotify now. See if he's got a playlist. I mean, that was just a banger. Should we listen to it again? I don't know. I feel like one more time, I just want to hear it. This is just for at least for just for me. Here we go.
Touch myself. When I touch myself. When I touch myself, it doesn't involve Rory. When I touch myself.
God, dog! I just want to keep listening to it. Can we just keep listening?
Doesn't involve Rory.
Yes. I just want to keep listening to it. It's so good. God, that's so
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? My
And then when it
lineup.
goes- and then when it's going, when I, like when it is bills, like you can feel it. Like you feel like you're in the club. Like the foam's coming down on top of you. And everybody's
There's
lit.
like bubbles. Bubbles are in the air, flying everywhere.
And you're like looking at your boy and you're like making eye contact and you're like, oh, here it goes. Here it goes. And then the beat drops. You're like, you just start going nuts, dude. That is such a God. That thing slaps so hard. Is Matt Madonna coming to the live golf event? Because if he is, we need to set him up to be a DJ. God, that's just the hottest. All right, this is the last time I'm going to ask you, Pat. Rory's up at the top. Are you touching yourself with Rory or not?
It doesn't involve Rory this week for me. I don't have any Rory. And you know I'm a huge Rory fan. I love Rory.
We do. Yeah, we do.
But damn, this computer. I'm out on him this week. I think that I just don't like the course fit for him. I don't want to. We actually got he's more expensive than John Rahm was last week. John Rahm was 11-4. Rory's 11-5, and I don't think that I don't think that's really justified. So I'm out on Rory. If you want to play him, whatever. I don't think his ownership's still going to be as high as Rahm was last week, but I like Tony Finau this week at 10-6. Finau is somebody that I feel like people are going to say, definitely long off the tee, not very accurate off the tee at all, which you do need to have some driving accuracy this week. And they might come off of him a little bit, even though he had a great finish last week with the T2. He's been playing better.
Gained
So
8
I feel like
on approach last week.
The what?
Gained 8 strokes on approach last week.
Yeah. So I think
I
that
can hear myself when you're.
Yeah, something
happened after that song.
Something happened.
Marcus said I'm all kinds of flustered. You're right. I am.
Yeah. Anyway, I do like Tony Finau this week. And you're right. I mean, the stats look good, at least when you look at his approach play, top 10 in the field. He's top 10 in ball striking, 35th in the field and putting on bent grass greens. I do know if you're looking at your models and everything else that, driving accuracy and strokes gained around the green are not going to really fit there. But still, I think, you can get Tony Finau. I feel like the ownership's going to be pretty good for him. So I like him there. I like, can
I say this about Tony while you're on him? I mean, the around the green play, which I do think is going to be important this week, has not been great, but he turned up at Mexico. I mean, it looks like, and the thing is, like, it's not an outlier for him to be good around the green. He's been good around the green his entire PGA Tour career. It's been the outlier that he's not been good since in all of 2022, basically. And so then to see him gain 3.5 strokes around the green last week at Mexico is a good sign because it looks like, okay, maybe he's back to, maybe he's back to scramble and Tony again, which is where we want him. Now, gaining 8.2 strokes on approach means that he probably didn't have a whole lot of opportunities around the green because he was hitting it so good. Also, not a terrible thing, but glad to see that he did what he did with his opportunities. So I agree with you. I think Tony's in play for sure.
Yeah. Also, I will say that I like Matty Fitz. I like Fitzpatrick there at 10,000. I think he's another good play. If you look across the board for him, I mean, there's really nothing that like stands out as that, he's doing awful lately, other than maybe scrambling where he's 67th in the field. But that's the worst when you look at the top stats that I'm looking at: ball striking, approach, around the green, fairways gained, par four scoring, putting on bent grass. Fitzpatrick really, checks the box in almost all of them. So I like him there at 10,000. I do think he's going to be a little bit higher owned. I'm okay with that. I will play him in GPPs. Another guy that I think some people are going to get off because they're just like, I don't know if I like the Bombers this week, but he's been playing really well, is Gary Woodland. He's at 9,100. This guy is
Played well.
10th in the, damn it, stupid computer. Sorry. Top 20 in the field in ball striking. He's third in strokes gained approach right now. He is number one in proximity from 100 and 125 yards out. The reason I bring that up is I think they're going to have a lot of wedges into some of these greens, especially some of these par fives where they can score there with a wedge. He's number one in the field there. He's fifth in par four scoring and 33rd in bent grass putting. So Gary Woodland at 9,100, I like a lot this week in GPPs. My cash lock, though, is Corey Connors. If you want to play him in GPPs, I'm fine with that. But I think, he is by far, the guy that should check every single box, be number one or two in whatever model you're putting together other than putting on bent grass greens. Corey Connors is a guy there. I think he is an absolute cash lock. My fade is going to be Patrick Reed. I know Patrick Reed's shown a few signs of, some decent play, but I'm not on board with it yet for Patrick Reed. So he will be the fade for me.
Yeah, total agreement on Woodland. He was one I really like a lot. I just like the value there on Woodland, and I could see some people being on board with that, just being so cheap, as good as he's hitting it right now, as good as he hit it at Mexico. He's just, team no putt, which is kind of who's won this event in 2017 and 2018 at the Quicken Loans. You had Kyle Stanley and Francesco Molinari win. Neither one of them, historically great putters. Molinari had a great putting week that week, but yeah, so I'm in on Woodland. I love the value there. I also like Henley a good bit. I like him coming off that miscut at the RBC Heritage, where I think he was fairly highly owned that week, if I remember correctly. But I also love the value with him at 9,300. This suits him awesome. Like, I love this about it. Hits a lot of fairways. Probably, in terms of, if you look at strokes gain approach and you look at all the proximity numbers, like, you're hard pressed to find a whole lot of guys on the PGA Tour who hit their irons better than Russell Henley. So, this is a great spot for him as well, and a lot of value there. After that, I think it's just going to come down to the ownership game between Connors and Finau and Fitzpatrick for me. I like those guys. I like all of them, but it's probably going to come down to one or the other. Corey Connors definitely checks all the boxes for sure. So depending on where he's at, let's do it. I'll ride. I'll eat that chalk, and we'll go. But Finau is enticing as well as Fitzpatrick. So I'm kind of down with all of those guys. I think the cash play is for sure Russell Henley, despite the miscut at the Heritage. I get it. And I think the fade for me is Answer. I'm going to continue fading high price. If Abraham Answer is a top 5 priced guy, I don't care what field it is, just like last week. He is a fade for me. He's not doing it. He's not showing you what he showed you last year. He's not. He was the chalk bomb last week, paid off. He was like, I don't know. He was like 10-3 last week or whatever he was. And it's just dumb. He's not that good. He's not that good right now. Abraham Answer's a good player. He's not that good right now, and he hasn't been that good all of 2022. And you're a fool if you pay 10-4 for him. I don't care if he's projected at 3%. I don't care. Don't care. And you can clip that. So when he wins, you can we'll play that back, and we'll all laugh at me next week. But I'm just telling you, you have zero reason to play Abraham Answer here. Zero.
Yeah, I agree. He has been just so disappointing this year.
He's just been average. Yes, he's probably going to make the cut. He might even finish 30th. But he's 10-4. Give me a break. Like, I'd much rather eat the chalk on. I'd rather eat the chalk on Connors and just do something else. I tell you what I love, though. I love being balanced this week. I'm probably going to have lineups where I don't have anybody in the 9K and above range. And I haven't said that in a lot of weeks, but I love the 8K range. I for sure will have lineups that start with Russell Henley or Woodland, but I also think that I'll have some that just start in the 8K range. And as we work to the 8K range, my favorite plays in here are probably Max Homa and Siwoo Kim in terms of GPP plays, because Cam Young at 8,000 is going to be chalky. He just is. It's a great value for a guy who's been playing so solid this year, coming off a third-place finish at the Heritage. A bomber that clubbed down at RBC or at Harbor Town and got it done. He continues to just be a stud in terms of ball striking. I love him. And if you want, I think he's a cash play. Roll with him in cash. But I do think he'll be the highest owned player in this field, or in this range, especially at the $8,000 price tag. People are going to love that. They're going to soak that up. I think Homa is also lining up to be popular, but I like it. I think Siwoo actually is going to give us some leverage, and I love that. A leverage Siwoo, and he's checking boxes, and surprisingly, even checking some boxes in fairways gained, the Fantasy National driving accuracy stat. But I mean, Siwoo has been as solid as they come. His last missed cut was the Shriners. And he's got some great finish. Look at his 2022 finishes. I mean, the dude's been very solid, and we know Siwoo scores. So, I haven't looked at how he's, DraftKings points wise, how he's finished in all these tournaments, but I guarantee you a lot of them are better than where he placed in terms of the tournament finish position. I love Siwoo Kim for DraftKings, 8,400 and Max Home at 8,600. I think are where you're going to get more leverage there, but those plays for me are it. And Webb Simpson is another guy that I'm out on, and I'm going to continue to be out on, because I think Webb continues to just not show us that he's back yet. Like, yes, he may be healthy. He may be recovered from whatever that back injury was that he had, but he's not shown us that he's like truly back in terms of the ball striking form and the putting form that we're used to seeing. The course sets up well for him, or in theory it should, but I'm not ready to be, I'm not really interested to be early on a guy, an old guy that's been injured earlier in the year and not shown anything. So I'll continue to be out on Webb until I see something different.
Okay, well, this is where the disagreement begins.
Ooh.
By the way, I do like Cam Young.
Hey, when are you gonna eat your Denny's shrimp?
I was thinking about that tonight because I talked about Denny McCarthy on the betting show. Well, they don't have Denny's shrimp anywhere. Like, we thought they had Denny's shrimp, and nowhere has Denny's shrimp.
So you have a Denny's in Savannah, and they don't have shrimp?
They don't have shrimp. Like, we might have to make it a different shrimp company.
Maybe we have to spin the wheel again, do a different punishment. By the way, I did I paid my 2-hole speed golf thing at Mountain Valley. So I just need Sam to help me edit it, or send me the video so I can get it edited.
I mean, we could do Captain D shrimp, but that's different.
Yeah, you didn't say Captain D's. It's on my phone.
Or like Waffle House shrimp. There's no way Waffle House has shrimp.
Waffle House does not have shrimp. What?
Can you imagine getting like some hash browns,
a shrimp waffle,
some hash browns,
scattered, and then like covered and shrimpy,
and then like a bacon, egg, and cheese with some shrimp?
Oh, that made me. I might touch myself.
Actually, that sounded kind of good. like some butter shrimp on the side. Cam Young, by the way, I do like a lot. I do think there's going to be a little bit of chalkiness to him, but I think you can definitely play him in cash. I'm a Webb Simpson fan.
Come on, man.
I cannot believe you.
I'm a fan of him too.
Webb Quail Hollow week. Like, actually, Quail Hollow is the worst fit for him.
True.
And so we get a different course. Like, everybody wants to talk about Webb during, I should say Wells Fargo week, not Quail Hollow week. But every year we're at Quail Hollow, and now we actually get a course that fits Webb in his game. And if you're going to sit there and talk about Siwoo Kim, who I also like and was one of my plays here as a GPP, and how he's played and whatever else, I mean, Webb's not that much different.
No, not based on.
All right, last 3 events.
Very different.
Siwoo, T42, T39, T13. Okay. Webb, T59, T35. So better than Siwoo, the same week comparison. And then T48.
So his best finish in the last 3 weeks is T35, and you're telling me that that's the same as Siwoo?
Well, Siwoo's best is T13, okay?
Yeah.
Still.
That's like 66% better.
I know, but this is golf. Things can change every
Oh,
single.
okay. Well, if you just want to throw out a random thing to say and then follow it up by saying this is golf because golf is variable, I'm not letting you get away with that.
I still don't think there's a huge difference between the two.
I would love a Webb versus Siwoo bet and spin the wheel. I would love that.
Yes, I will take a Webb.
Oh my god!
I will take it.
I feel like I've just
Webb is also like so much better.
favor ain't fair, people. Favor
So
ain't
much better on bent grass greens
Oh,
than
Sam just
Siwoo
said
is.
don't spin the wheel. He doesn't have the wheel. Sam doesn't have the wheel.
Okay, well, whatever.
No, Sam, it's okay. If you have the wheel, even though it's not updated, we'll spin it till we get something fresh. Do you have the wheel?
I think Webb is so much better than Siwoo. And this is even bet, by the way,
What are
because
you
they're right
talking
there
about?
together.
Where are you even from? Look at 2022. Have you looked at
I
their
don't care. They're like Webb is he's coming around.
Where did this even come from? Like, aren't you a Siwoo fan with me? Like,
I'm not just because I'm not saying I want to take Siwoo. I just said I like Siwoo also, but I like Webb better. Just because I'm going against Siwoo on the bet doesn't mean I don't like Siwoo also.
Okay, Sam. Should we spin it till we get something different? Yeah, we'll spin it. If we get something that we've already done, one of us has already done, then we'll spin it again.
Okay.
Here we go. Loud. Oh, I can't see it.
It's the magic show.
I don't even remember what that was.
You got to learn a magic trick, and
Oh my god!
I like that one. Okay, that's a good one.
You have to learn a magic trick, and then what? Do it on social or something. Pat's very anti-magic. Okay, I don't know if that one could take the longest to ever like do the bet ever. No, we'll leave it. We'll leave it at that. All right, so we're just doing straight up, like best finish position.
Well, we have to do straight up. They're right there next to each other.
Okay.
We can't. I'm not giving you any odds on this.
God, I love that. All right, let's go. Keep rolling then.
I can't wait for Siwoo go home on Friday, even though I'd actually probably play Siwoo.
Wait a minute, no card tricks. Sam, you can't make up a rule after the facts. Card tricks, what else are we going to do? I can't freaking
Well, you can't do card tricks, David, when you have interaction. Like, you have to be interacting with people to do card tricks. Like, somebody has to, like, pick a card and stuff like that. You can't do that.
Yeah, we'll record it. We'll have to record it. What else are we going to do? Am I going to saw myself in half or levitate? What else are you going to do?
Levitate would be a good option if you lose.
We'll talk about this offline. The card tricks are for sure in play. That is the thing to do. That's the only way this bet gets done. We're not going to Chris Angel school. Pull a gerbil out of your hat, Kev says. Pull Rudy out your hat. Oh, God. Okay.
All right, so you don't like Webb, whatever. My fade, by the way, is Jason Day here.
I'd rather have Jason Day than Webb.
You would rather have... What the...
Yeah.
How?
I don't even know. I'm not even looking, and I can tell you I'd rather have Jason Day.
All right, whatever. Let's go on to another.
I mean, at least he's got some decent finishes in the year of our Lord 2022. 3rd place at the Farmers, 24th at Pebble. I think even the Pebble finish is better than anything Webb's done this year.
Do you realize that this course is literally like made for Webb?
Perfect for
As
Webb.
a matter of fact, you said on your course preview, Sedgefield. What has Webb done on Sedgefield? I think he's been pretty good
after it. Yeah.
Yeah.
After the golf tournament. Yeah, by the way, if you want to check out the course preview, thanks, Pat. That's up on the YouTube channel, also on the podcast channel, wherever you listen to podcasts. You can listen to that. It's 15 minutes, what you need to know about TPC Potomac at Avenel Farm, some player quotes about the golf course, some trends, key stats, stuff like that. Oh, also, we've got the winning caddy that was on the bag for Kyle Stanley. He's going to be giving us a little bit of his takes on the golf course. That will be dropped in the Nut Hut exclusively. Just on the golf course, he's going to tell us what he thinks. He knows the place pretty well, obviously. And you're gonna want to be in on that. Pat, before we move on, I'm also really excited because we talked about this on the betting show, but you are the fantasy golf sommelier. Your videos are amazing. You know a lot about wine and alcohol. You continue to expand your horizons now into
absolutely
coffee.
Yeah. You have to at an older age, DB. You have to get involved in new things.
True. Yes. And so now you are going to have your very own coffee brand, flavors, all that stuff. We're partnering with a brand new company long term, too. This is a great partnership. I'm excited about it. And they're going to be supporting the live golf event in September in Pennsylvania as well. They are Front Nine Coffee. You can check them out at front9coffee.com, FRONT, the number 9, coffee.com. Promo code TJ10 gets you 10% off your order. And listen, they are started right here in Augusta, Georgia. I met the founder. It's awesome. They're big golf fans, obviously. That's why they have Front Nine Coffee. But it's small batch artisan coffee. It's all roasted and prepared in Greenville, South Carolina. The beans are imported from the finest growing coffee regions around, and they're actually just like they're roasted daily and ground to your order. So like right now, as you're hearing this, the coffee that you're going to order tonight or tomorrow is like green and just like freshly there. It's beautiful.
It's
It's
just
ready.
waiting for you
It's
to order
just
it.
waiting. And then when you order it, you get to pick, like, do you want it whole bean like Pat, so you can do it himself in his fancy spaceship coffee maker? Or do you want to go ahead and ground it up? Do you want it fine? Do you want it coarse? How do you want it? How do you want it? Remember that Tupac song with Casey and JoJo? God, that was a good song. Anyway, do you want it like that? You order it, and then it's the next day. It's prepared. It's roasted for you, ground to your order. It's not sitting in the shelf on the grocery store. You don't realize this, but coffee in the bag and in the Keurig and all that stuff, it's getting gassed up. Google gas coffee. You know what I mean? It's getting gassed up, and it's all messing up with the flavors. And
Stinky people walking by pooting on it.
Not quite. Did you say Putin? Like, did you say Putin? Okay, that's the next Matt Madonna banger. Stinky people walking by Putin on it. Oh my God. That's the next. That's the next one. Stinky people walking by Putin on it. Stinky people walking by. Stinky people walking by Putin on it. Stinky people. And then boom, boom. I mean, that's gonna slap. Yeah, anyway, it's getting gassed up right there in the bag. Listen, we love coffee. These people love coffee. They love golf. It's grounds for golfers. You know what I mean? And it's shipped quickly. Goes right to your doorstep anywhere in the U.S., Canada. They got you. So it's beautiful, man. So ground for you, so you can choose the perfect grind. You need to check it out. They got flavors like Match Play, Pick It Up Pecan, Lauderdale Light Roast, Captain's Choice Kahlua Caramel, and Fried Egg Breakfast Blend. Go to front9coffee.com. Support these folks, because listen, I'm not kidding. Like, seriously, they are supporting us in a big way. They are supporting the event, the live golf event in September. You're going to find them there. You're going to meet them. They're going to put some stuff in your goodie bags when you sign up to play in that event. So go to Front Nine Coffee and support the folks, local small business here in Augusta, doing big things across the country in the coffee biz. So check them out. And yes, Pat will have his very own flavor and blend and branded bag and everything. It's going to be beautiful. Can't wait to show you guys that. And Pat's going to be doing some coffee tutorials on our Instagram and TikTok too. I'm looking forward to that as well. Good God, Pat. Walking by Putin on it. Jeez. What are we doing? Okay. 7K range. Are we in the 7K range, Pat? Are you in the chat, or what are you doing right now?
Now I'm in the chat.
Oh, are you? Okay. All right. Oh, you're talking smack in the chat.
Well, I mean, somebody got banned apparently, and they're saying they're blaming me, and I'm like, if y'all think I know how to actually ban somebody, y'all are crazy.
Oh no, I banned a little crotch bag earlier today.
Yeah, if you think I know how to ban somebody, y'all don't know who y'all are not listeners. Then
we'll keep banning though. We'll keep banning.
You have not listened for a long time, but that's what if you think that's the case. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, it was me. I was the only one on the show at the time. What are you talking about? It had to be me. All right, let's move on. 7K range. What you got?
All right, so
I love this range. Look at this.
This is a fantastic range.
Look at this beautiful graphic.
So many. You like to run through a lot of these players, but let's get into it. Let's get into Doug Gim at 7,800. Big fan of Dougie Gim. Is this the week he finally gets a win, DB?
I think it's possible. I like how Doug Gim's hitting it right now. Little Doug. He's a strange looking dude.
Yeah, I love little Dougie. I like Doug this week. And a guy that, showed a lot of form early on last year and then kind of fizzled out. But, the last couple of weeks, top 35 at the Heritage, T33 last week. I think and the guy's been, an incredible ball striker. If you have a model DB, we talked about models on the betting show.
Talked
He's got to be up
extensively
there.
about models.
I don't have a model per se, but if I feel like he would be up there in a model
Who'd you
because
say? Lahiri?
no, talking about Doug Gim.
Oh, Doug Gim.
Because across the board, 35th in ball striking, top 30 in strokes gained approach, top 20 in fairways gained. Driving accuracy is big this week, so I like that. Top 20 there, 21st in proximity, another proximity stat, but long irons, 175 to 200 yards. I like that as well. He's 4th in proximity on the shorter irons, though, with the wedges there at 100 to 125 yards. So I like Doug Gim at 7,800. Another guy in here at 7,600. You mentioned him on the betting show. I actually like him a little more in DFS, and that is Sepp Straka right there at 7,600. He's another guy that checks a lot of boxes. He's played absolutely fantastic all year. This is another great course fit for him. So Sepp Straka at 7,600, I think, is a good play as well. Another one that I like that you don't like, I think, is Adam Long at 7,400. I liked him.
I kind of like Long now. I didn't like him last week on like the Bombers course and all that. I didn't think he was going to do very good, so I really downplayed Adam Long last week.
Well, I like what he did last week, and I like where he's trending. So at 7,400, there's a lot of guys I think in this area that I think you mentioned right when the graphic popped up. That there's so many people in the 7K range, and I don't really like a ton of people in the 6K range.
I don't either. Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot that I play in right around here. Other than we like to just give you a few names that are our favorites, but there are a lot in here that I like. So I guess my cash lock would probably be Doug Gim, and then my fade is a guy that I think you like this week, and that's Lonto Griffin.
What?
Yep.
What? You're just doing that on purpose. You're doing that to rattle me or something.
I mean, what has Lonto been other than his top 15 last week? Has he really been that good? And it's on that was on a course, the Mexico Open, where it's wide open off the tee.
By your Webb Simpson standard, I'd say he's been freaking world beaters.
What, 2 missed cuts and a T53?
No, but I mean,
and the missed cuts came at the Valspar, which you have to be pretty accurate off the tee. The Heritage, where you definitely have to be accurate off the tee. It was different.
Yeah, I mean,
different.
He's still better than Webb. 3rd at the Amex, 30th at the Farmers. I mean, even the 30th at the Farmers is the better finish than anything Webb's done in 2022. 16th at Pebble. But I despite some of the missed cuts, the ball striking has still been fairly consistent for a guy priced in this range. The around the green play is not his strength. That does concern me a little bit here. But, I like to see, 11 or 8 strokes gained ball striking last week in Mexico. I think that's, probably not going to happen here because he's going to lose a little bit of the distance factor that he typically carries on other courses. But I think he can still do his thing here. So I like Lonto. I don't like him as much this week as I did last week, but I like him. I don't agree with the fade, but that is what it is. So that's your fade, Lonto? Really? God.
Yeah.
There are a lot of guys here, and this is where I'm telling you, the balance lineup to me is where it's at because I don't want to have to dip. I mean, I'm going to give a couple of names in the 6K range, but I just see myself loading up on low 9, Henley Woodland, Homa, Siwoo, maybe Young, depending on chalk that I eat and how chalky he is. I love those 5, and I just see loading up on a lot of those guys, and then I think there's enough really good players in the 7K range. I don't know that anybody in here is going to be super popular. I actually think the more popular play in this range could be Sepp Straka just because of how good he's played, the boxes he's checking, and he's $7,600. Like, that just feels like, I mean, considering how well he's played, Straka should be in the 8K range. Don't you? I mean, you could argue he should be
I agree.
Better than anybody in the 7K range for sure.
I mean, I would put Straka ahead of.
So he feels like a big value to me.
Yeah, several in there.
Yeah, like I put him in the mid 8 range right now based on how he's playing. So I think that's going to be the one. And I think roll with him in cash. I'd feel very comfortable with him in cash. I just think he will be the one player here that's going to soak up with some ownership in tournaments. The rest of them, I think, is just going to be pretty spread out. So I like let's see. I like your Gim call. Naismith to me is one of my favorites. I like Naismith a lot. I feel good about his ability to make the cut. I feel good about his upside if the putter is just even okay. But he's checking a ton of boxes. The number one player in like long iron, long term, like 175 and longer numbers. Ninth in the field in strokes gained approach. So that tells the same story. I like that. 12th in the field in the last 24 rounds in bogey avoidance. Love that. I mean, I think Naismith is just your guy all the way. So I love that one. David Lipsky, I talked about him on the betting show. Carried Aaron Rye at the Zurich. They had a great finish at the Zurich. He was clicking. Then I talked him up last week. What does he do? He crushes it in Mexico, gains 9.5 strokes. 9.5 strokes approach at the Mexico Open. Number one in the field, finished 6th. I think he shot a final round like 64 or whatever it was. Dude was just, his irons are dealing right now. So I love that and I don't think that course suited him near as well as this course does. He's kind of a shorter hitter. But David Lipsky is a guy who you can roster at, 7,500. And I think really does give you winning upside because the guy is a winner. He's won 4 or 5 times worldwide, Korn Ferry Tour, Asian Tour, and DP World Tour, formerly European Tour. So I think he's in play. And then a sneaky play that I think is going to be sub 3% is going to be Cam Davis for me. Down there at $7,200. I talked about him on the betting show too, 100 to 1. Long hitting, can club down off the tee to give himself, good opportunity to approach these greens. Finished 3rd at the RBC when he had to club down. I'm guessing a lot like Cam Young, just long hitter and can get it done. Winner on the PGA Tour, won the Rocket Mortgage last year. So I like Cam Young. My fade is Matt Jones, and I was on Matt Jones a little bit last week, and he kind of just fizzled on the weekend. Didn't do great. 140th in fairways gained. Last 12 putting has been terrible. Bogey avoidance has been bad. He's been making a lot of bogeys. Long irons are bad. Lost strokes approach at in Mexico, despite finishing like 50th or whatever. He's just not been good. He's not been solid. This is not the course for him. I liked him better last week when he could spray it all over the place, and there were big greens. So I'm out on Matt Jones. There we go. Pat, you know what? We got John Rahm wrong last week, but we didn't get wrong is Prize Picks. We've continued to absolutely dominate in Prize Picks. I talked about it in the betting show. The Nut Hut has a Prize Picks channel, and it's worth every bit of your $10 a month, $90 a year. I promise you. Just last week, even the heavy petting email, which is free. If you're subscribed to the Chalk Bomb email, by the way, the Chalk Bomb email and the heavy petting email, same subscriber list. So if you unsubscribe from one, you're not getting either one of them. If you subscribe to one, you're getting both of them. Merry Christmas. The heavy petting email, I put in a power play on Prize Picks, and it hit for a 5x return on Thursday. You're welcome. Just 5x right there. But in the Nut Hut, we have people winning Prize Picks money in literally things that I didn't even know were real. Like disc golf Prize Picks. Did you know that? We have an expert.
I knew it, but only because we have an expert.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Like, you could tell me, we have an expert in the Nut Hut in unicorn racing. And here he is. This is who it is. It's crazy. We have an expert in the Nut Hut who is crushing Prize Picks on every sport. Baseball, NBA, LOL, whatever that means. Disc golf. And then plenty in golf between me, Pat, AC, other people in there. The Prize Picks channel alone will pay back your $10 a month, $90 a year. I freaking guarantee it. In fact, if you get in the Nut Hut and you don't win $90 in 4 weeks, I'll give you your money back. I'll refund you. Your month.
You're coming up with this right now?
Yeah, I'm coming up with this right now because that's 1 month. That's just 1 month. That's $10. Okay, you could do if you don't win $90, which is a year's worth of Nut Hut. That's a year's worth of nutting. If you show me your screenshots, send me your screenshots, your bets on Prize Picks, if you can play Prize Picks, and you don't hit it because you're not tailing people or you're tailing people and it's not hitting, then I will I'll refund you your $10. There you go. So go to tourjunkies.com/nuthut, sign up, do it. And if you want to, tinker around in there, you can get in the Discord for free, but you don't see the Prize Picks channel. So anyway, legal in a lot of states. Okay. Safe, fast withdrawals. We love the app. They're crushing it over there at Prize Picks. All right, Pat. 6K range. What you got?
Okay, I got
I
a
don't have a
few.
lot.
I don't have a lot, but I got a few guys here that I'll talk about. I got a
I can
sneaky
see
play.
you're fading. I can tell you're fading. This is
No,
when
I got a really sneaky play that I'm excited about. For some reason, this feels like a Scott Piercy week at 6,800. No sponsor, Scott Piercy. Or does he have a sponsor now? Did he get uncanceled? Did he get uncanceled?
Yeah, I think he has a sponsor now. But wait a minute, are you really picking Scott Piercy, or is this are you teeing it up for somebody else?
No, I am picking Scott Piercy. I mean, he 12th place at the Heritage, T33 last week. So 2 weeks in a row. This is a guy that's 6,800 has finished T12 and T33. That's a lot of that's better than a lot of guys that are ahead of him. So I like that for Piercy. Always kind of feels like a great ball striker. I know if you look at his numbers recently, they're not as good. Probably better if you're just looking at the last 2 tournaments, though. So Scott Piercy there at 6,900, not 6,800. Another guy that I think could be interesting down here is Nick Taylor. Now he is coming off of several miscuts, but a few I don't know about. Valero, whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'll scratch Nick Taylor from that. But here's who I want to talk to you about. Okay, Eugenio Chacarra. Eugenio Chacarra is at 6,200. This is a college player. Okay, sponsors exemption into this event.
Who sent you this? Who sent you this? Somebody sent you a text about this.
No. I came up with this one on my own because
No,
I've
you
heard.
didn't. Do not lie. Do not lie.
I am not lying.
You are lying. Somebody sent you this.
No, why would I lie?
I can tell you're lying because you're laughing. You're smiling. You're lying.
Why would I lie about Eugenio Chacarra?
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. We'll talk after, but yeah, go ahead. Continue.
I'm not lying about Eugenio Chacarra.
You did not arrive at this on your own. There's zero
I
chance
did.
you did that.
No, I did.
No, you didn't.
I did through listening to various people out there that talk about this guy.
We don't listen to podcasts on Monday.
I'm not listening to a podcast.
So who did you listen
People
to?
were talking about him on the radio a few weeks ago about on like some college golf show I was watching.
Pat does. I will say this. Pat listens to being an old fart like he is. He listens.
I listen to a ton of golf radio.
Golf radio. Yeah.
Yes, that's all I have on the radio.
But I find it hard to believe that you filed that away in your brain for a day like today. I just find that hard to believe.
I'm just saying, Oklahoma State. He is a fantastic player. Great ball striker. I'll tell you who's talked about him.
You know nothing about this guy.
I'll tell you who's talked about him. Our good friend Will Haskins. Will Haskins, who does a lot of PGA Tour radio and things like that. He's talked to him about on various shows that I listen to on PGA Tour radio, how great of a ball striker he is. He made the cut at the Sanderson Farms. Okay. Now, I actually found that one out on my own. So he's played a few tour events.
You actually found that one out on your own, meaning you didn't find out the other stuff?
No, I heard the name through other people. Of course I heard the name through other people. How else would I hear about Eugenio Chacarra?
Dude, if you click on his name on Fantasy National.
I know you get an error message.
You get an error message.
You get an error message. But Eugenio Chacarra is at 6,200. Made the cut at Sanderson Farms. I think is one of the next studs on tour. He's not like
man.
I mean, do you want me to just reel off the same names that we talk about every single week?
I knew you were going to say that. No, but there's a lot between this guy.
I'm giving you Eugenio Chacarra.
Here's what happens.
Eugenio Chacarra.
Here's what happens when you click his name on Fantasy National.
I knew that was going to
Actually, that's him right there. That's him in the picture. Huh? Yeah. Come on, man. You cannot convince me that you heard of that. You came up with that on your own. I don't believe you remember.
Do you think that I would actually come on this show?
Yes.
My own show and
yes.
try to like throw out a name that I had never heard of before and just for no reason. And I wanted you to actually see that, by the way. I'm so glad that you saw that when you click on his name, that's what happens.
This whole show.
I don't care about what he does as far as how he finishes, but I think he's going to make the cut this week at 6,200. That's all you really care about. That's all you need. Fantastic player. Go look him up. Go look up Eugenio Shikara. I even probably said his name fucking right.
Great. Now I have to put the explicit thing on here. There's Eugenio Shikara.
Eugenio Shikara.
I don't know. I'd rather have a guy at the minimum price at 6,000. Give me Brandon Matthews over Eugenio. I'll take that. We'll spin the. What if we spun the bet wheel for that one? That'd be worse than our Brian Stewart, Nick Taylor bet.
No, I'm not spinning the wheel.
Do we double down?
I'm not spinning the wheel on
double
this.
wheel
This is
show?
stupid.
Oh, come on. I'm taking a guy $200 cheaper.
Yeah, but Brandon Matthews has played on tour for several years now. I'm
Not
talking
on
about a college
PGA
golfer.
Tour. Not on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, but he's been out of college. Eugenio is still in college.
You saying his name like your freaking buddies is crazy. Okay. I'll take Chase Seifert at 6,500 coming off the
Seifert, actually.
What? No, it's not. There's no freaking way it's Seifert. Get out of here. Okay. God dang it. I'll take Seifert after he missed the cut with 4 bad holes. I still believe in Seifert. If you take out those 4 bad holes, he's really, really damn good. You know who kind of pops for me down here at 6,600?
Eugenio Shikara?
No, we didn't talk about it on the betting show. Could this be the tree person, Michael Thompson? This kind of fits a Michael Thompson deal.
Maybe. Accurate
off the tee, good putter, just dink and dunk his way around, good around the greens. Just gotta hope his irons come a little bit, you know. I kind of like that. Smotherman, I'm interested to bounce back on. He's got our boy Austin Goggart on the bag this week, who was on the bag for Patrick Rogers last week, who helped him finish 10th. Goggs is looking for a bag. Smotherman could be the one. Who knows? Or he could just be filling in. We don't know. But it was good for Patrick Rogers last week. I think it'd be good for Austin Smotherman. So that's probably no. I got one more. I'm gonna pick an old guy. This one's in honor of Ben Chalk Bomb, formerly Chalk Bomb Ben. Pat, you know how we talked about my model on the betting show?
Yes. Oh,
Guess
God.
what player in the 6K range? You're gonna know now because I said about Ben is 18th in my model, which probably means no one should pay any attention to my model.
18th
Ryan Armour is
oh gosh,
at
yeah.
6,800. Fairways gained obviously checks that box. Approach play, strokes gained approach, actually not that terrible. Putting, long term good, short term bad. Bogey avoidance, 15th in the field in bogey avoidance. And actually, I think he's played here. He's played the Quicken Loans back in the day, and I think he's had a good finish. Let me see. Yeah, finished runner-up in 2018, last time they had the Quicken Loans at TPC Potomac. Ryan Armour. I think that's a made cut for sure. Oh, God. Kep said he's 5th in his model as well. Yeah, this could be bad. We might need to just blow it all up. Okay. Dear God. Pat, it's time for the 2-minute men. We need to build a lineup. I don't know how our lineup did last week. I don't remember, but it was probably pretty bad. I don't think we put John Rahm in there last week, right? We didn't put John Rahm in it.
No, we didn't.
No way we would have put John Rahm in there.
Are we going to put Eugenio in this week's?
Yanini, no, we're not. No, we are not. I'm not agreeing to that. I cannot be agreeable to that.
All right, what do I need to do? Set the timer?
All right, since we have this, we're on a different software tonight, so we don't have the same system because we're, shit doesn't work out for us a lot when it comes to technology. We need more money from sponsors to help us get better technology. Everybody tag all of our sponsors and tell them to help us get more technology. All right, I'll handle the DraftKings. You handle the clock.
All right.
2 minutes on the clock. Building a GPP tournament lineup. Thinking about ownership here. Are you ready? You tell me when.
1, 2, 3, go.
Who counts 1, 2, 3 and not 3, 2, 1 when you're starting? Okay. I would say, what if we buck the whole 9K and start in the 8K?
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You want to just go ahead and run with Garcia or Homa, Kim, and Young? Power? I know you like power.
No, I would go power over one of those.
Okay, who do you want?
Let's go Power, Kim, and Young.
Okay. All right, 84-33. So obviously staying pretty balanced here. All right, I'm not going Webb. Did we go Straka, Naismith,
Let's go
Gim?
Straka.
I
Let's
like
go
Gim.
Straka.
Brandon Wu. Okay.
Straka.
Okay, we got Straka.
What do we have left?
Well, we have 88.50 left, but I think we're going balance here. So we're going really.
You don't want to go up to Gary Woodland?
I'll go Gary Woodland. Okay, talk me into it. 8,600 left, but I don't want to go home. I want to. Let's do a 7K player. I like Gim, Naismith. I like more than Gim. I like Brandon Wu. Well, Brandon Wu feels risky for this sort of thing. I don't know.
I feel like
Let's
Doug
see.
Gim or
Naismith, Gim.
CT Pan.
I know, man. We talked
30
about
seconds left, and I almost had you talked into CT Pan.
we talked about him. Okay, you know what? I talked about my blinders for CT Pan. I'm gonna open up my eyes. Here we go. CT Pan. That leaves 1,100 on the table, and I'm okay with it. I'm honestly okay with it. Seamus Power, Siwoo Kim, Cam Young, Sepp Straka, Gary Woodland, CT Pan. We ate a little bit of chalk. I think Young might be a little chalky. I think Straka's going to be a little chalky. Woodland, maybe. But I think we're okay. I think we're okay. We'll see. We'll see how that shakes out. That's the 2-minute men lineup, starting with we went real balanced. Woodland, Siwoo, Power, Cam Young, and CT Pan. There we go. Boom. That's it. Great show. Hey, listen, thumbs up, give it a like, give it a subscribe, share it, and comment. If Elon Musk bought the PGA Tour, what do you want him to do? You know, we're going to pick somebody to give you a free shirt. And there was something else I asked you to comment on. I can't remember what it was. Something about the song? I don't know. Comment on it. We're going to give somebody a free shirt, a ball marker, some other trinkets, maybe something random from Pat's house. You can win that bottle.
We should fade out with a Rory song.
Okay. I can't do the fade out with this, but yeah, let's hit it one more time. Here we go. We'll send everybody out on a big high here. Here we go.
Out. Touch myself. When I touch myself. When I touch myself,
It doesn't involve Rory.
when I touch myself.
Mayor Screensby Green. See ya.